Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our verse-by-verse study on the book of Luke. We start chapter 7 today. This is Christ's ministry to the nation of Israel, going to the Jews first. There are many Gentiles who have come to hear them, apparently, and it's in his first Galilean tour, first of three. And we just finish Luke's rendition of something like the Sermon on the Mount, probably a different sermon, but many similar topics. Let's go to the text. Verse 1. And now we ended all these sayings, otherwise chapter 6. In the audience of the people, he entered into Capernaum. Capernaum was a town where really Christ did the most miracles there than any place else. It's on the Sea of Galilee. If you think of the sea as a clock, it's at the 12 o'clock position. And a certain centurion's servant who was dear to him was sick and ready to die. And he heard of Jesus and sent to him the elders of the Jews, asking he would come and heal his servant. So what's a centurion? Centurion is a Roman soldier that's over 100 men. And they were in society respected. They were probably a long-term soldier. They may have come from more upper class, but not the most upper class. They tended to have more wealth, much more prestige and money than a regular Roman soldier would. So, interestingly, there was some influence here of the centurion over the leaders of the Jews, even he being a Gentile. But of course, the Jews and the Romans had some sort of uneasy peace where they worked together for tax purposes, I think, each having their own tax, and to maintain a peace so they could have control. And so there was some deal or relationship, apparently, between the centurion and the Jews. But the Jews did his bidding, besought Jesus in verse 4, and saying that he, the centurion, was worthy for whom he should do this. For he loves our nation and hath built us a synagogue. So he's basically saying, please consider him. He loves Israel. We know you are Jewish and obviously powerful. They may not have recognized him as Christ. And he also built us a synagogue. And Jesus went with them. Now, when he was not far from the house, the centurion sent friends, saying to him, Lord, trouble not yourself, for I am not worthy, otherwise the centurion speaking through his friends, that you should enter under my roof. But just say the word, and my servant shall be healed. So then the centurion didn't even think of himself worthy to come and meet Jesus away from the house. Verse 8, for I'm a man set under authority, otherwise he has people above him. Having under me soldiers, and I say to one, go, he goes, another, come, he comes, do this, do that. So probably set under authority in verse 8, probably should really go with verse 7, that he's not worthy and Christ could just say the word because he's set under authority. But he also says he's over others and they obey his commands. And he recognizes by saying this that Christ has authority. And people, or perhaps demons or whatever, will obey his commands, nature, all the things in which he controls by miracles. And Jesus heard these things and marveled, and he said, I say unto you, I have not found so great a faith, no, not in Israel. And all were sent, returning to the house, and found the servant healed. Verse 10. Quite a statement by Jesus. It teaches us, the importance of faith. And the whole theme of all the Gospels is faith and believe in Jesus, recognizing him as Messiah, come to save our sins. And it must have irritated the Jews because here's a Roman soldier, for which many Jews hated the Roman soldiers, and also a Gentile. They hated the Gentiles, but he's recognizing their faith. And again, it's consistent with the Old Testament that the Gentiles, otherwise the non-Jews, would also be included in the promises. Hosea 1:10, Hosea 2:23, Isaiah 65:1, Isaiah 11:10. So what have we seen today? This marvelous miracle of the centurion, his sick servant, beseeches Jesus to come, showing great faith. Christ heals him from a distance for his request. The centurion, of course, is a Roman soldier and a Gentile, showing the message of God is for everyone. Okay, thank you for joining me today. We'll have another uh, story about Christ, another healing next time, the widow's son. Please join me then.